I haven't shared this story much, only recently I found the courage to speak about it. For a long time, I kept it tucked away because I couldn't explain it well. Not in a way that captured what really happened, and what changed inside me. But I'm ready now. I was 17. It was summer, and I was working a part-time job between high school semesters. That night, my best friend Rachel picked me up after work. We were supposed to head to an SAT prep class, something I wasn't thrilled about. I was tired and I didn't want to go. So I was just trying to stall. When we approached the exit for the prep class, I said quietly, "I'm not feeling it yet. Can we take the next exit?" Rachel glanced at me, then nodded. No questions. Little did I know, that quiet decision would lead us into something we'd never forget. It would change us and leave eternity echoing in its wake. Suddenly, a heavy rain began falling. As we looped back over the highway, Rachel began to merge onto the ramp when her car began to fishtail. Just a little wobble at first, then into something violent. And just like that, we were no longer on the road. The car launched forward, off the ramp, through a chain-link fence, and everything around me slowed to a crawl. Time. Sound. Breath. All suspended. In that frozen space, 3 thoughts came into my mind with stunning clarity. They didn't feel like panic. They felt like revelation. You're going to die now. I thought in a wholly, matter-of-fact way. I wish I could have said goodbye. I thought as I saw my parents, my sister, and Rachel flash like a photo held before my eyes. Love flooded through me. Regret. Longing. They'll understand. Not in this life. But in eternity. It was a truth I somehow knew, that death brings clarity. That every confusion, every unanswered question, will one day be met with peace. And that our separation would feel like a blink. And then, I was no longer in the car. I floating above it. Free. I didn't look back immediately. I was wrapped in something. Not air. Not light. Something alive. Something holy. A presence. I knew it was God. The light I was in wasn't like sunlight. It pulsed with love, like it knew every inch of me. Warmth that I felt wasn't from the light but love. I wasn't just near it. I was in it. And it was in me. And then, with words I didn't hear but felt deep in my spirit, "You're home now. You don't have to hurt anymore." Every question I had ever carried was answered not with explanations, but with presence. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't striving. I wasn't ashamed. I was known. Completely. And I knew, I was with the one who made me. But then the light, gently, without force or anger, began to pull away. Like it was returning to its source. And in the next breath, I was back. My eyes snapped open. I was upside down in the wreckage, hanging by my seatbelt. Blood dripping down my face. Rain leaking through the roof. Liquid pouring down the dashboard. And the shock hit. Not just from the crash, but from where I had just been. There was no relief in being alive. Just pain. Grief. Longing. I remember thinking, why am I here? Longing to return. The paramedics pulled me out through the back window. I remember the gentleness in their voices, the steadiness of their hands. I remember Rachel was okay. Miraculously, we both were. After being examined at the hospital, I was sent home that night and took a shower. That's when it finally hit me. My knees gave out. I collapsed to the floor, sobbing. Because I knew something had changed. The next morning, something even stranger happened. I woke up with this sensation, a real, physical surge of energy running through my body. Like electricity. It didn't hurt. But it didn't go away. It's still with me, to this day. Years later, someone would explain it to me as something like an awakening, a surge people usually seek through intense meditation. But I know what it was. It was the touch of the Holy Spirit. The afterglow of being in the presence of God. But that awareness didn't make life easier. In some ways, it made it harder. I could sense things I hadn't before. Emotions. Atmospheres. People's pain. Eventually, I left home and wandered, hitting rock bottom along the way. 15 years after the crash, I drove up to a mountaintop to get away from the noise. I didn't go there expecting to find God, I just knew I couldn't keep living the way I had. I was empty and confused. And he met me again. Not in the clouds. But in the quiet. The same presence. The same God. And this time I didn't float away. I surrendered. I began to walk with him. I started cutting out the noise. The chaos. The distractions. I stopped drinking. Started listening. Started healing. And slowly, I began to remember who I was. Who he is. People ask me what I learned. What I brought back. What I now believe. Here it is, you don't have to be afraid of death. But you do need to live for Christ. We're not here by accident. We're here with purpose. This world is loud and messy and broken. But we're called to shine light in it. To reflect the one who made us. To build what's eternal. We're not meant to stay distracted. Or numb. Or tangled in the things that don't matter. You have a soul. You have a calling. And you are already deeply loved. And when your last moment comes, it won't be the end. It will be the beginning. Because he is real. And he is waiting. And the light? It knows your name.